It's crazy to believe that I've made almost $20 million using email marketing. I'm gonna go through exactly how to set up cold email and business emails in this. So if you're looking to just properly set up your email for your business and have SPF records, DKIM records, and all of the important records set up correctly so your emails go directly to the inbox, this is the video for you. And if you're trying to set up your email for things like Instantly and sales leads and other tools so you can do cold email, this video is also for you. In both, it's very critical that we set these up exactly in this manner so that you are authenticated and everything is set up correctly. So the first piece of this is we have to buy a domain. So if you already have a website and you're setting up your business email, you're just gonna do it under your main email address. I'm gonna go ahead and show you. I'm using GoDaddy. If you're not in GoDaddy, it all kind of works the same, but GoDaddy is kind of my favorite tool to use for buying a domain, and then I'm going to just purchase it. I'm gonna walk you guys through the entire process from start to finish, so feel free to jump through and look at the chapters down below. Also, stay tuned to the end because I'm gonna show you a couple things. I'm gonna give you a massive lead database completely free, and I'm gonna show you how to get Gmail ridiculously cheap. There'll be a link down below if you just want to skip ahead, but it's gonna be critical for you guys to save a lot of money, especially if you're doing cold outreach, that you try these different techniques to save all that money. So now we got this in, they're gonna try to bundle. I'm gonna say, let's get my screen so you guys can see everything. Make sure not to get any of these upgrades, you don't need them. Go to cart. It's gonna auto push you into all this stuff. No, continue to cart, and then change this to 1 year, unless you wanna go longer. Now, if you're doing cold email, we are doing this, so we're setting it up so that ideally these emails don't get on blacklist, they don't get spam, because you're gonna follow all of the rules and pay attention till the very end of this to make sure that you're doing it correctly. So you could potentially go longer, but I like to just pay a year at a time. All right, so we should be good. Again, I'm checking that I don't have any of these upgrades. Annual domain should be around $11. That seems correct. I'm ready to pay. Complete purchase. All right, so that was the easy part. We bought our domain. Now how do we actually set it up? So there are a lot of records and tools we have to set up throughout this process. And again, GoDaddy is gonna try to get you to sign up for all these things. You don't need any of this. I don't do any other type of work in GoDaddy. I do it all in other tools. I think that it's better, and that GoDaddy just has really good trust when it comes to these domains. So the next step here is we wanna go into our actual domain, and then we're gonna need to go into our DNS settings. So I've created this spreadsheet, which I can share with you. It'll be in the downloads. There'll be a form to fill out. In here, I'm going to basically buy domain. So I said, yes, that's step one. This is really just walking us through each step. And then I'm going to put the actual domain here. And then this is my admin account for my Gmail where I'm gonna set it up. So the next thing we're gonna have to do is go over to Google. You're gonna go to your main apps overview. All right, so we're on our main account. You're gonna go to your home, and then basically you're gonna look for domains. So I see it right here. You can also search in this bar and find it. Now I'm gonna add a new domain. And the steps are actually pretty easy when you use GoDaddy. That's why I like it. You're gonna do secondary domain, and then you're gonna add domain and verify. Because we're using GoDaddy, it makes it easier because we can just click through and basically hit get started with GoDaddy. It's gonna make me log in. You can do this manually, but it's just a pain. There's a bunch of records to transfer over. Basically what this is doing in the background is it's connecting your MX records and your SPF records. So it's gonna do it automatically, but it's gonna make a mistake with your SPF records. So we're gonna have to go back in and fix it in our DNS settings. And if you guys don't know what any of this means, that's fine. Just follow along and pay attention, and I'll show you exactly how to do it. Okay, so what it did is it just set up our DNS settings for the MX records and verify that it's our Gmail. And now we're gonna do the activate the Gmail part of this. It's gonna change some DNS settings in our GoDaddy account. So it takes a few minutes. All right, so it should have taken about 1 to 2 minutes, and now it's saying that we're all verified and good to go. That's not exactly true. There are more steps here. If you just did this, your emails would send and be received, but you'd very likely go to spam. The next step is gonna go back to our handy dandy tracking sheet and see what's next. So I'm gonna say yes, and then I'm going to update the SPF record in GoDaddy. So I'm gonna go to GoDaddy. We're in our DNS settings right here. We already went there. And then I'm gonna refresh this page because we just made changes to it. And there'll be a whole bunch of more records here. And then you're gonna just show all of them. So the first thing here is you're going to edit this bottom one that says Google on it. That's the one that you want that was created by Google. you're going to change the name to @ and then hit save. Now this other one we have to delete, but for some reason it won't let you delete it without editing it. So you're gonna come in here, you're going to just delete this part of it, hit save. And then you're going to go to the one that does not have Google and go ahead and delete that. All right, so our SBF record is good to go. I'm just gonna put yes on my tracking sheet. Now the DKIM record. So we're gonna go back to Google. We're gonna type in DKIM, authenticate. Now from the drop-down menu, make sure to select the correct domain, because I've done this incorrectly before and it's a pain because you copy and paste the wrong information. You're just gonna select generate new record. You can leave this how it is, generate. You'll see what you need to copy and paste over. So we're gonna go back to our DNS records and we're going to add this, I believe, as a TXT record. I will double check that before I hit enter. It usually tells you, yep, TXT. And then we just take this big one and then you hit save. And then back on Google, you can click on start authentication. We're gonna say yes, the DKIM. Now the next record piece that we need, and the last piece if you're just doing a business email and you're not doing cold outreach, is gonna be your DMARC record. I linked to it right here and it looks like this. So we go to easy DMARC, you're gonna go to create or generate a DMARC record. From there, I'm going to grab the domain name and put it in here. And then I'm gonna just create where it's gonna send that email to. It's one of the email addresses I'm gonna create. And then in here, I'm gonna go to advanced. I'm gonna go to none for subdomain policy. SPF is gonna be relaxed. DKIM is gonna be relaxed. And that's all we need to change. And then we're gonna hit generate. Now this is gonna be another TXT record. So we're gonna come in here and go TXT. And then copy this over into the value. And then you can leave this there and then save. For people using Instantly, this is the tracking domain that we're gonna use in Instantly. So again, the setup's exactly the same. This is only if you're using Instantly. It would be a little different for other tools, but you always wanna set up that tracking domain so you can go look at their indexes and find out exactly what you need, their instructions. So I'm gonna create a CNAME, add a record, CNAME, Instantly, and then put this in here. You don't need to do this part, but we'll just go ahead and do that. Just makes it propagate a little bit faster for me. Then you're gonna need a redirect. Again, this one is for cold email. I'm assuming this would be your main website, main email provider if you're doing it for business email. And then if you're going to do this for cold, you wanna put a forwarding address. There are other tools in here like Email Guard, which I can link to in my affiliate program down below. That will help you, but to keep it simple, I'm just going to redirect my website right now. Email Guard will basically mask the IP of your main website to help with deliverability. So now is really the easy part. You just need to set up your actual emails in the email provider. And this will be pretty much the end if you're not doing cold outreach through Instantly or other tools. If you are doing cold outreach, there will be more. So now we're just gonna come in here and we're gonna select the domain we already did. And this is just how you would set up an email using Gmail. Now don't forget, if you're doing this for cold and you need to create a whole bunch of Gmails, we can get you a discounted price, so make sure to go down below and get that link so you can buy them directly from us and we'll set it all up for you. So basically I'm gonna come in here and I'm going to grab, I'll just use the same name. I use different names when I'm doing cold, so I'm going to set this person up. So in here, I'm going to create a password. I'm not gonna ask it to reset when I log in. That's it, your email's set up. So if you are just doing this for your business, you're good to go. You can start logging in and testing it. If you're doing cold, stay tuned, we're gonna keep going. So basically, I'm gonna go to Gmail and then I'm going to log into that email. So add account. So once you log in your first time, it's always gonna prompt you to do a couple things here. But there's one thing that we have to do in this to basically turn off or turn on our IMAP. So we're gonna save that. And then we're just gonna go into Instantly, and I'm gonna show you guys exactly how to link this. So we're gonna go to email campaigns, and then because we already logged in, it's really easy. We're gonna come in here. They do offer pre-warm done for you, new domains. So basically they're doing this, but they're expensive. So I offer a similar service where I'd set all of this up for you, but it's much cheaper per month. We get a great discounted rate. But anyways, I'm gonna link directly into this Gmail. I'm going to say yes. We're gonna use the OAuth. It'll walk you through these steps. You do need to do this. I'm not gonna show you because I've already done it. There's a video right here as well, so you don't need me to do it for you. And then we're gonna go ahead and log in. The reason why I do it incognito is this is just whichever ones I'm logged into at the time, so it's a little bit easier. You're going to allow everything, and you're good to go. So if you're doing cold, it's really important. Cold is getting harder and harder. We're gonna wanna go to our settings. We're gonna wanna drop this to 10 emails per day. We're definitely gonna wanna turn on the slow ramp up. This basically means once you do start sending cold emails, day one, it'll send 1, day 2, it'll send 2, 3, 4, 5, till it gets to basically the highest level. And then we wanna do that custom tracking domain that we talked about earlier. And here's the instructions in case you missed it. They do make it as easy as possible. And then we're gonna go ahead and check it. It takes a second. The reason why we have to do email forwarding is we're capturing that SSL of the email address we're forwarding, or the domain we're forwarding to. And it's checking that right now. So IMAP we did. Enable warming is what we're doing right now. And then we're gonna do a signature. So I keep these signatures pretty basic. You can put title, but for this example, I'm just gonna put first and last name and the company. Going to save that. I'm going to enable warming by just clicking this. These are just tags that I need, but a big one is just that it's warming. So we put tag in, so I'll put that back in and hit save. There we go. So it's saved. So everything's set up. It's got all my tags in it. It's email sending per day. It's recommended about a month, and then you can start doing cold email out. So I hope this video helped you guys learn how to set up those cold emails and get all your records correct and get the settings correct. I do recommend Instantly. So again, down below will be my lead magnet that will basically give you a whole bunch of freebies. It'll give you that check sheet that you just saw on how to step through, and it'll give you access to extremely discounted Gmails. That way we will basically set it all up for you. We'll give you those Gmails. We'll integrate it with your Instantly or Smart Leads or other tools. Make sure to subscribe as well to get access to more videos like this.